Yeah, so I'm heading into the running back market at the 104. If Ashton Genty is the clear number one in this year's class, which I think by consensus he
Yeah.
is, Omarion Hampton has really done a lot to establish himself in a sort of tier onto himself, right? He is the 1A to Genty's one. I mean, he was electric for North Carolina, right? We talk about 2 straight years of 1,500 plus yards, 15 TDs. Because of that receiving potential, I think he is the type of player that can step into a 3 down workload very quickly. Not the most polished pass protector, but he's not a liability back there, that's something that I'm always looking for, right? If you don't leave your quarterback exposed, you will get to be on the field more often, and those opportunities lead to touches. And he's the type of player that can do a ton with those touches, right? So I opened this show bemoaning the idea of any running back going in the top 10, but in
Mhm.
this year's class, because there's such a clear 1 and 1A and sort of everybody else, I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of gets to draft off of the steam of Ashton Genty, and he could be a player that falls to the Saints at 9 that could end up at the Bears at number 10. Or even, if we want to talk about the
You
Cowboys,
you think he could go
everyone
that high?
I think he really could. There are a lot of running back needy teams that are sitting around there that are at least rumored to be interested and in on a player like Genty, and he is the perfect consolation prize for the one that doesn't get to call his name or the one that's not willing to move up. So
Wow.
really the dynamic between these two is going to be fascinating to watch come April, because we're going to see Omarion Hampton likely go off the board fairly quickly after Ashton Genty, although I have both of them projected outside of the top 10.
Is it the workhorse role? Is that really what he can do it both on the ground? He can do it both through the air as well. Is it that and just like the overall steam he's catching is why you have him coming off the board here at 104 for fantasy?
Precisely. Yeah, I
Okay.
think he's steaming up to the point where he's going to get the draft capital that we know is a direct correlation to production at
Right.
the running back position for rookies. He has that 3 down role. I think he's going to be on the field a ton. And like I said, he's that consolation prize, right? A team
Mhm.
that has a gaping hole at running back. If they miss out on Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton's going to be sitting right there for them to hop on. And I think that's very likely how it plays out this April.
Wow. What do you think, Steve? A little, kind of reminds me of the Jameer Gibbs situation a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
right? Bijan Robinson goes to the Falcons. Lions get the guy they wanted all along and traded back to get.
Yeah, I think Omarion Hampton is. I think he's good. I don't think he's Jameer Gibbs good. I think he's fine. I think Omarion Hampton, in my personal opinion, my little scouting that I've done of him, is a bit closer to the pack. I have him than it seems
Mhm.
you two do. Um,
No, I'm also like I'm theorizing here. I'm not as high, I don't think, as Eric for sure. Like I think
I think he's fine. I think he's good. Like, but the problem is this class is just incredibly good. So I don't think teams will scramble quite as much to go after a number two. But I like Omarion
true.
Hampton. If someone else were to explode, it probably will be him.
Yeah, the tough thing with Hampton is the production has been just so great, but I don't think the tape is as explosive as running back we'll talk about here a little bit later. I think that's he's a lot of people's 2 and 3, so it makes total sense. And if you can get that type of workload, and if you get it, day one draft capital at all, I think Eric would be really happy with this 104 pick.